Hello, everyone. This is Jessica from Milesight Marketing Team, and welcome to the Milesight Comprehensive Product Line Application course. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Let's kick things off with a quick rundown of today's session. First, we'll look at why cellular technology plays such a key role in industrial applications and how industrial routers help bring that to life. Next, we'll walk through our product lineup, including our 4G and 5G routers and management platforms. Finally, we'll share some real-world success stories covering use cases like PoE deployments, Wi-Fi solutions, and GPS tracking. By the end, you'll see how these technologies are solving real problems and driving efficiency in the field. What's the purpose of an industrial router? Well, an industrial cellular router is a type of networking device used in industrial settings for providing secure and reliable communication over cellular networks. It typically features ruggedized hardware that can withstand harsh environments and has built-in features such as VPN support, firewall, and data encryption to ensure the security and integrity of data transmission. Industrial cellular routers are commonly used in applications such as remote monitoring, machine-to-machine communication, and Internet of Things deployments. An industrial cellular router is necessary when there is a need for remote access and monitoring, particularly in unconnected areas. It also provides network failover to ensure uninterrupted connectivity. The dual support for public and private network spectrums makes it ideal for mobile applications. With the growing demand for edge computing, an industrial router can provide reliable and secure communication between edge devices and data centers, enabling real-time data analysis and decision-making. Since it's the choice of industrial router, you will not consider the home-level router, right? So the applicable scope of the industrial router should match all the parameters and indicators of your project's requirements. And different network categories, such as LTE Cat 1 or Cat 4, will be used in the different projects. Cat 1 is ideal for low power, low cost, low data rate requirements, and Cat 4 is used primarily for high data rates. The communication interface in an industrial router usually refers to WLAN port, LAN port 4G, and Wi-Fi antenna, digital input, output, and even a serial port. The brand is a symbol of quality and guarantee. And from the security side, running sensitive data over a cellular network brings unique security challenges, since data is transferred through a public network to a secure location. As most industrial routers come with an VPN secure tunnel, as it is safer for data to be transmitted through a dedicated tunnel. There are many VPN transmission protocols, among which OpenVPN and IPsec protocols are the most commonly used and cover the most scenarios, while other transmission protocols are relatively less used. The firewall is a security barrier between LAN and WAN. Through the basic setting of the firewall, you can shield part of the internal network IP address, free setting of IP address, and filter communication ports, etc. A watchdog timer is mainly to provide safety protection for projects that need to operate continuously for a long time to avoid a crash. Stability is another core factor when you're evaluating an industrial cellular router. Stable transmission normally equipped with high-precision components such as industrial-grade 4G high-speed transmission module, CPU processor and memory. CPU processing speed is increased by 2 to 3 times to meet the requirements of stable transmission of large data, such as pictures and videos. And the power consumption is low on the premise of meeting the performance requirements. With the industrial design of circuit protection, the circuit transmission system is stable and reliable. The perfect TCP, IP protocol stack makes the network communication performance excellent, and the dropping line situation can be reduced. Metal material housing, shielding electromagnetic interference, radiation protection, which lightning protection design is especially suitable for the harsh environment of industrial projects. For the industrial DIN rail installation, the shaky industrial router will affect the stability of data transmission, and a fixed transmission device does not have this danger. Milesight series cellular products can satisfy all the aforementioned requirements, all of them definitely. They unlock the power of 4G and 5G cellular networks. The boundless reach, non-stop reliability, real-time agility, flexibility, they're all available in Milesight. Let me give you an overview introduction to our 4G and 5G cellular-based products. As you can see from this topology, Milesight's cellular routers are already widely used across a range of industries, from smart cities and power grid monitoring to fleet and vehicle tracking. On the one hand, thanks to the built-in PoE ports, our routers make it incredibly easy to set up camera-based security systems or people counting solutions, providing fast deployment and stable connectivity for video and other data-heavy applications. On the other hand, when it comes to industrial use, our routers strike a great balance between performance and cost. They come with a wide range of industrial interfaces, Modbus protocol support, single or dual band Wi-Fi connectivity, GPS tracking, and even open platforms like Python SDK and Node-RED, giving advanced users the flexibility to build custom solutions right on the router itself. Routers come in a broad range of specifications and robustness, depending on their intended use case or target customers. The Mini, Light, and Pro series are standard routers. They can cover different needs from lightweight to middle-end applications, of course at the most competitive prices. If you're working on space-constrained, power-sensitive projects, you don't want to miss the Milesight UR41 Mini series. Our mini industrial routers built for efficiency and performance. What really sets the UR41 series apart is its ultra-low power consumption and smart power management design. These routers are built to run on limited power sources and support idle and standby modes to save energy. In standby mode, the device remains asleep and only wakes up when triggered by a timer at digital input, serial port, or incoming cellular or Ethernet tasks. In idle mode, it draws less than 1 watt, making it ideal for power-saving applications. Despite the compact size, it still covers all the essential industrial interfaces like digital input, output, RS232 and RS485, so it's ready to handle a variety of local data connections. There's even an optional GPS module for location-based applications. And for flexibility, it supports both USB Type-C and DC power input. Now, the key difference between the two models, UR41 and UR41 Lite, comes down to cellular performance. The UR41 supports LTE Cat4, delivering up to 150 megabits per second, which is great for high bandwidth applications like video surveillance or live data streaming. While the UR41 Lite, on the other hand, runs on Cat1, capped at 10 megabits per second, making it a perfect fit for low data IoT devices like meters, sensors, or status monitoring nodes. In short, the UR41 Mini series brings powerful connectivity, flexible deployment, and energy efficiency together in a compact package, whether you need high-speed data or just smart, stable connectivity. But please pay attention here, the Mini series features 1 SIM slot only. Next, let's talk about our Pro series, which happens to be the best-selling line in our entire cellular router portfolio. So, what makes these routers so popular? Both models in the UR3X Pro series come loaded with key industrial features, including dual SIM slots for reliable network failover, digital input and output, RS232, and RS485 serial ports, and optional power over Ethernet as power sourcing device, optional Wi-Fi and GPS. This gives you the flexibility to adapt the router to a wide range of deployment scenarios. Compared to the Mini and Lite series, the Pro series really steps it up by supporting Python SDK, which enables secondary development, giving engineers the freedom to build custom logic and automation right on the device. And since these are true industrial-grade routers, they come with built-in support for Modbus, TCP, and RTU, both master and slave, making it easy to integrate with a wide range of industrial machines and legacy systems. In short, the UR3X Pro series combines robust hardware interfaces, advanced industrial protocol support, and software flexibility, making it a powerful and reliable choice for complex industrial applications that demand both connectivity and control. Finally, let's take a look at the UR32 Lite, our industrial-grade Lite series router. Don't let the Lite label fool you. It's still built on the same high-performance industrial-grade CPU, flash, and memory as the UR32 from our Pro series. It also carries over the same rugged metal enclosure and reliable component design, making it well-suited for tough environments. The UR32 Lite supports a wide operating temperature range from -40 to 70 degrees Celsius, ensuring stable performance even in harsh conditions. Now, since this model is designed for simpler applications, mainly those that just need a stable bridge between a cellular network and Ethernet, so some interfaces have been streamlined. It comes with one SIM card slot for basic network redundancy and removes the digital inputs and outputs and serial ports to keep things compact and cost-effective. In short, the UR32 Lite gives you just the right level of industrial functionality, but at a very competitive price point, making it ideal for projects where basic connectivity, durability, and cost efficiency are the priorities. By the way, one easy way to tell how many Ethernet ports each model has is by looking at the model name itself. For example, UR41 has one Ethernet port, UR32 and its Lite version both come with 2 ports, and UR35 offers 5 Ethernet ports. If you're aiming for high-speed data transmission and near-zero latency, then 5G is really the only option that can meet the demands of mission-critical applications. On this page, you'll see our full lineup of 5G-enabled products, starting from the left. The UF31 5G dongle is a compact, plug-and-play solution that delivers stable, high-speed 5G connectivity for mobile and fixed setups. Next is the UF51 5G CPE, which combines elegant design with powerful performance, making it ideal for both enterprise, industrial, and move-on environments. Then we have the UR75 5G router, built for industrial use. It features a full range of interfaces and delivers low-latency 5G connectivity across a wide range of verticals. Finally, our 5G AIoT camera stands out as both an intelligent sensor and a LoRaWAN gateway, offering video intelligence and IoT activity in a single device. What do they all have in common? They all support 5G sub-6 GHz and can operate in both non-standalone and standalone modes. Then what's the difference among them? The UF31 5G dongle is designed for simplicity and speed. It features a gigabit Ethernet port and a USB Type-C interface, which handles power supply, data transmission, and debugging all in one. Getting connected is as easy as plugging it into your equipment. As long as there's power, you're ready to go with 5G connectivity. With no serial port or Wi-Fi module, the UF31 keeps a super compact form factor, making it perfect for space-constrained applications like drones, robots, or machine integration where every millimeter counts. It's a great option when you need high-speed 5G in tight spaces without the complexity of traditional routers. The UF51 5G CPE is a high-performance device built for speed and versatility. It supports 2.5 gigabit per second downlink speeds with 4x4 MIMO, making it ideal for bandwidth-heavy applications. On top of that, it comes with built-in dual-band 2x2 MIMO Wi-Fi, delivering up to 1.7 gigabits per second, so it works great for both wired and wireless setups. Powered by a reliable Qualcomm processor, the UF51 is already proven in deployments around the world. It also features GPS and comes with integrated antennas, which means it's ready for mobile and remote use right out of the box. You'll find it used in everything from remote surveillance systems and HD video streaming to access control and mission-critical connectivity. And thanks to its sleek, modern design, it fits just as well in an office environment as it does in industrial or outdoor settings. It supports USB Type-C, DC input, and can even be powered via Ethernet, offering flexible deployment options. There's also a single full-size SIM slot for simple 5G network access. In short, the UF51 is a well-balanced, all-in-one 5G CPE, compact, powerful, and versatile enough for a wide range of use cases. The UR75 5G industrial router features multiple gigabit Ethernets for flexible wired connections to devices like computers, cameras, and controllers, plus built-in Wi-Fi 6 supporting dual-band 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz for fast, stable wireless access. Designed for tough environments, the UR75 includes rich industrial interfaces and supports both USB Type-C and DC power, along with Power over Ethernet capability. Like our UF51 5G CPE, it supports Node-RED for visual programming and Python SDK for advanced customization. It's also certified by Azure and AWS Greengrass, making it ready for cloud-integrated edge computing right out of the box. How to manage routers remotely and conveniently, no matter where they are in the world while assuring security? That's a question. So we provide the central management service by the DeviceHub and MilesightVPN. With a standard version of our DeviceHub platform, you can remotely access your Milesight cellular routers through an encrypted tunnel, making it easy to upgrade firmware, configure and maintain devices, monitor online-offline status, and even grant access to other users for collaborative management. It provides centralized remote monitoring for your entire device fleet, which can dramatically cut down on site visits and operational costs. For most organizations already operating in the cloud, using the cloud-hosted DeviceHub is a no-brainer. There's no additional infrastructure cost involved. But we also understand some government or enterprise customers have strict data policies. In those cases, you can simply download the on-premise version from our website, deploy it, and manage it by yourself. It supports large-scale device rollouts, like pushing firmware and config updates in bulk. And best of all, it's completely free to use. And just a quick note, don't confuse it with the DeviceHub Lens version, which is specifically designed with a built-in LoRaWAN network server for managing Milesight LoRaWAN gateways. If you're managing industrial cellular routers, the standard version of DeviceHub is the one you want to use. To ensure secure remote communication without the risk of unauthorized access, we offer MilesightVPN, a free, web-based VPN management platform. It creates a secure virtual private network between users and remote devices, making it a reliable, efficient, and secure solution for remote access. One of the key benefits is that it solves the problem of no public IPs on cellular networks. With MilesightVPN, you can remotely access devices just like you would locally without complex network setups. It's also incredibly easy to use. Setup takes just minutes through a simple, intuitive web interface, and you get a clear dashboard view of all connection statuses. The platform supports up to 1,000 devices, so it's fully scalable for larger deployments. As we've been in the business now long enough to have accumulated some credibility and really successful stories. So let's explore more details. When Ericom set out to connect critical data centers across Paris, they faced a tough challenge. Many sites were tucked away insecure, hard-to-reach locations where running traditional network cables just wasn't practical or even possible. Reliable connectivity was a must, but the usual solutions wouldn't cut it. That's where Milesight's UR32 light industrial cellular router came into play. Purpose-built for demanding environments, operating in the environment of temperature between -40 to +70 degrees Celsius, the router quickly became the go-to solution for Ericson's distributed data centers. No industrial interfaces, no Wi-Fi, no GPS, just with its robust 4G connectivity, the UR32 Lite ensures a stable, always-on link between remote equipment and the cloud. We've seen this setup used quite a lot when introducing our VS people counting sensors for smart space management in retail. One great example is from our partner TC Group in Spain. They installed the PoE version of the VS133 and VS135 at a major mobile accessories retailer with over 1,300 stores across the country. To complete the solution, they used our UR32 Lite 4G router. It's a perfect fit. It has PoE output to power the people counters and a SIM slot for sending data over the cellular network. What's great is that the whole setup can be rolled out without touching the store's existing network infrastructure, making deployment simple and hassle-free. In this project, the Oil&Gas Service Alliance in Kazakhstan deployed 250 Milesight UR32 and 250 UR35 industrial cellular routers to build a reliable communication link between oil well field devices and the central SDMO dispatching system. The environment called for real-time data collection from sensors, measuring pressure, temperature, liquid level, and equipment status, all of which use Modbus for communication. That's where our UR routers came in, thanks to their built-in RS485 interface. The routers connected directly to the Modbus-based field devices and pulled in all the critical data. But it didn't stop there. Through RESTful APIs, the routers pushed that data straight to the SMO platform, enabling centralized monitoring and fast, informed decision-making. On top of that, the routers also supported remote control and automation. Operators could send control commands remotely, adjusting flow rates and pressures without setting foot on site. This helped cut down on manual work and significantly improved response times in case of abnormalities. And finally, all this data fed into smart dispatching. The system could store and analyze up to 10 days of historical flow data, giving engineers the insights they needed to fine-tune operations and maximize the uptime across the oil field. We also work with the State Gride Corporation of China in Beijing to include our UR32 into their smart energy distribution network monitoring solution. Controller is a key and expensive equipment in power system because its main responsibility is line status detection, threshold warning, and fault location monitoring. So it's important to prevent and reduce the controller failure or accident occurred. So the integrator set up a stable and reliable wireless communication network by Milesight Pro Series router UR32. This is the architecture according to the characteristics of the controller. It collects data and sends through Modbus protocol to the serial port of the cellular router. The serial port RS485 and PoE LAN port are playing a big role to connect with a controller and an IP camera in this solution. This solution greatly increases the electricity security and unified monitor the dispersed power facilities and relax end users from the pressure for management. In China, now we are in cashless society, but ATM deployment is still keeping in slow growth in some other countries, such as in Nigeria and in the US. Deploying ATM are a challenge because of the high initial costs and remote locations. It often results in higher recurring costs if operators want to ensure machines' connectivity in remote locations. For example, they have to connect via expensive satellite, as fixed landline connectivity is not an option. Now, the right solution is here, Milesight capable Pro Series router UR32. Because UR32 routers use cellular connectivity, ATMs can be deployed to areas where landline connections are impractical. Besides the wireless connectivity in remote areas, the connection resilience is also provided. This was done with the dual SIM failover. The secondary development is also available, such as the digital output interface being plugged into the power source for system turn-on and off control from the remote center. And for the setup convenience, Milesight DeviceHub provides remote central monitoring for the entire fleet, significantly reduce the need for site visit. The UR32 was the most popular model for connecting to the ATM and cameras, as each router has 2 SIM cards for 4G cellular connection and for network redundancy. Each bank deployed a MilesightVPN at their monitoring center to create a secure channel to their ATMs remotely. This solution made ATMs deployment so easily. ATMs no longer needed to rely on landline connections, no longer needed to wait for pay for expansive cables to be laid. This resulted in instant deployments at minimal costs. Here's a simple example of how the UR32 cellular router is being used in a factory setting in Mexico in partnership with Gesta Labs. The goal was to reduce machine downtime and speed up repairs by enabling real-time remote monitoring, something that just wasn't possible with traditional manual checks. Inside each machine, a Wi-Fi sensor node was installed to track key parameters like electrical current, temperature, and vibration. These sensors send data over 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi directly to the UR32 router, which acts as a Wi-Fi access point. From there, the UR32 bridges the data to the cloud via its cellular connection, creating a reliable, always-on link between the machine and the monitoring platform. Let me walk you through a great example of how the Milesight UR32 router is being used in the rail freight transport industry in Italy with a company called Railog. They specialize in upgrading and maintaining locomotives, and their goal was to remotely monitor their rail vehicles, no matter where they are, and gain access to key machinery data in real time. Now, one of the challenges they faced was that not all vendors offered an all-in-one solution. So instead of replacing everything, they decided to integrate the Milesight UR32 with their existing E1 system, and it worked out perfectly. Inside the locomotive, communication between devices is handled via Ethernet. All data, like engine hours, temperature, pressure, alarms, oil levels, is collected through a PLC, displayed locally on an HMI, and sent to the E1 gateway. Here's where the UR32 comes in. It provides precise GPS location data by using the NMEA protocol, which the E1 gateway reads and stores alongside the Modbus data from the PLC. The result is a unified remote monitoring system, combining the strengths of both brands. For Railog, this integration means fewer on-site service trips, lower maintenance costs, and more importantly, real-time visibility into the health and location of their locomotives, helping them deliver more reliable service to their clients. Let's take a look at how the Milesight UR32 router is being used to support smarter energy management in Singapore, in collaboration with Power Automation Company, a joint venture between SP Group and Siemens. Now, in many older commercial buildings, retrofitting for energy monitoring can be challenging, especially when running new cabling isn't feasible. That's where a wireless solution came in. Power Automation was tasked with enabling remote electricity meter reading to help building managers reduce energy usage and operational costs without affecting staff comfort or disrupting operations. The setup is actually quite elegant. The UR32 router uses one of its Ethernet ports to connect directly with an industrial PC on site, which collects energy data from the meters. This data, gathered wirelessly from the meters via radio frequency, is then transmitted via 4G cellular to a centralized monitoring platform, all without needing access to the building's internal network. What makes the UR32 ideal here is its compact footprint and wide temperature tolerance. It runs reliably, even in the warmer environments of distribution rooms. Plus, it forwards data in real time, which means operators can monitor and act on energy usage trends instantly. Let me share a case from Sweden, where Trinorth, a leading tech provider for public transport and field operations, worked with us on a school bus safety project. As you can imagine, ensuring the safety of school children during transit is a big priority, not just for schools and local governments, but also for parents. To address that, Trinorth built an advanced IoT system for school buses, combining Milesight's industrial cellular router with several safety-focused devices, including a passenger counter, an alcohol lock, and an engine heater. In this setup, the Milesight UR75, a router enabled by 4G, now replaced by the UR35, acts as the communication hub. Thanks to the Python SDK and powerful hardware, the Trinorth team was able to build their own custom software to control and analyze the entire system. It connects via Ethernet to the passenger counter to track how many children are on board. At the same time, it's wired to the alcoholic system through digital input. If the driver fails the alcohol test, an immediate short message service or email alert is triggered and sent over the 4G cellular network. There's also a digital output linked to the engine heater, so school staff can remotely start preheating the bus engine, especially useful during the harsh Scandinavian winters. Another key benefit is reliability. Thanks to the dual SIM slots, the router ensures a stable, always-on connection, so no data is lost and alerts go through instantly, even in rural areas with patchy coverage. Overall, it's a great example of how industrial IoT can directly improve student safety, reduce manual checks, and give peace of mind to schools and families alike. Let's now take a look at a completely different use case, one that showcases the power of secondary development with our programmable routers in the energy sector. In Java, Indonesia, our partner worked with a local electricity provider that needed a robust industrial router to collect distribution data directly from power poles. But beyond that, they wanted something more, the ability to develop their own protocol converter, turning DNP3 into IEC 6870-104 directly on the router. They chose hundreds of UR35 units for the project. The UR35, as you know, is more than just a cellular router, it's a programmable platform. Our partner's team built the entire DNP3 stack, covering events, alarms, control commands, and time sync, all directly on the router using C++. What's even more impressive is that they handled the cross-compilation themselves without relying on any additional support. That speaks volumes about both their capabilities and the flexibility of the UR35 platform. The system has already passed testing with PLN, the national power utility in Indonesia, and the customer is very happy with the results. Going forward, they've asked that our firmware updates allow them to maintain root access, which just shows how deeply integrated and customized their solution has become. So this is a great example of how our programmable routers can go beyond networking, becoming a key part of a fully custom industrial solution. Let's look at how Milesight's URL series routers are making a real difference out in the field, across construction sites and large-scale events throughout the Nordics. First up, the UR35 in surveillance towers. On large construction sites, theft and blind spots are a big concern. That's where the 9-meter surveillance tower comes in. With 4 PoE cameras powered directly by the UR35 router, managers now get full 360-degree real-time monitoring of heavy machinery, storage areas, and worker zones. Plus, with built-in GPS, they can track the location of cranes and trigger G-Fencer's alerts if anything moves outside its designated area. Even in extreme weather, the UR35 keeps everything running smoothly. It's built to withstand -40 to +70 degrees Celsius. Video footage is encrypted and sent over 4G to the cloud for remote access, while built-in loudspeakers can broadcast safety alerts automatically when AI detects violations. Then we have the UR32 in mobile surveillance boxes. For temporary storage areas like pop-up warehouses, security needs to be flexible and fast to deploy. With the UR32, we've got a smart setup that includes GPS PoE cameras, sirens, and flashing lights. The whole thing can be mounted magnetically and runs even during power outages. Vibration sensors and AI work together to spot intrusions in real time. And when something suspicious happens, the system kicks in instantly. Video starts recording, alarms go off, and alerts get sent out over the 4G network. It's a lightweight but powerful solution that fits right into any temporary setup. Finally, let's talk about the UF31 5G dongle for smart locker systems. At large-scale events, organizers needed a way to offer safe storage, phone charging, and stable internet access all in one place. The UF31 made that possible. Paired with 72 smart lockers and 64 mobile charging bays, it delivers reliable 5G and dual-band Wi-Fi for smooth payments and connectivity, even in high-traffic environments. Everything is housed in a container that's ready to go in under 2 hours. GPS lets organizers track where each unit is deployed, and the backend system means everything, from usage stats to device status, is controlled remotely from a single platform. It's fast, secure, and built to embed it into any systems. Now here's a great example from Spain, where one of our partners, Monolithic, helped a system integrator solve a key challenge in industrial automation. They were managing several automated systems across different sites, but every time an issue came up, their engineers had to travel on site. Not only was this costly, but downtime was also a real problem. To fix this, they deployed the Milesight UR75 5G industrial router, which brought fast, stable 5G connectivity to the entire setup. This gave them secure, real-time remote access to their systems, no need for expensive on-site visits anymore. Milesight successfully implemented a 5G and Wi-Fi network convergence solution for a power plant in China utilizing the UF51 CPE devices. The power plant was using Wi-Fi access point with signal band 2.4 GHz to connect various instrumentation and industrial tablets to collect data and send instructions to workers. While useful for office connectivity in such a challenging environment, that out-of-date Wi-Fi network could not keep up with the coverage requirements and was not able to deliver the reliability required to support the critical communications essential to the manufacturing process. Now, instead of using Wi-Fi access points, they use the Milesight UF51 CPE. They can cover indoor and outdoor areas with the same technology and have no additional hassle. The built-in Wi-Fi of CPE has a dual band, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, with speeds up to about 1.7 gigabits per second, which ensured a seamless connection for up to 128 endpoints. Now more than 80 units CPE are up and running to connect the digital devices. They played a crucial role in ensuring a reliable and secure network connection within the power plant. Milesight helps its client in Hebei, China, to establish an efficient data transmission and monitoring network by deploying the 5G industrial routers in special vehicles, including but not limited to emergency vehicles, armored vehicles, and airport passenger lift trucks. In this project, a total of 50 UR75 routers were installed to connect with the high-definition IP cameras through the Power over Ethernet ports. So, a rapid and low-latency video data transmission can be realized, seamlessly connecting to the public security system and following up the situation around the vehicle in real time. So, if you need a router to work in the harshest environment, to bear the wide temperature, to provide the serial interfaces, to provide non-stop uplink transmission, Milesight routers can be your smart choice. They will not let you down. Thank you for attending our webinar. For the latest updates and news, follow us on social media. We look forward to staying connected.